All right, so you have your rectangle that's 4 by 10. You want to check and make sure it's even all the way around, that it's not too thick on one side or the other, and that you have right angles. Then you're going to put your design in the center or wherever you desire, but you're going to avoid the bottom because that'll cause cracking. Okay, every time you work on the clay it stretches, so you have to continually trim it. Okay, then this is a dowel, and you're going to dowel down the top to make a drinking edge, and you're going to dowel the two sides. You use the palm of your hand, the heels of your hand, and you're going to rock back and forth. And you want to make sure you can run your finger over it. You want to make sure that it looks curved, that it's not a wedge. And then you're going to dowel the side. The side is a smaller area that you're doweling. And you don't want to get it too thin, because even though you're overlapping, it'll be a weak spot in your cup. You're going to cut. Again, you always trim so that you stay as much a crisp shape as possible. And you don't want to have that big lump at the end of this, so you're going to trim that off. All right, you're going to check your dimensions to see if you're a little off. Now is a good time to cut it so that your bottom is straight. Brush water on this. You don't want to soak it, and you don't brush a lot of water. Then you're going to turn it this way, and you're going to do what I call robo-arm. Here, I'll move back. Robo-arm. And that is, you're not going to use your wrist. You're going to keep your hand and your arm as if it were in a cast, and you're going to move back from your elbow, back like that. You're not going to be pushing in like that because you'll make a wavy top edge. So underneath, you use your left hand to hold it down, and you're basically stretching. And what you want to do is stretch from the middle to the top so that this edge will land there. And what you're doing underneath is you're using these two fingers to push up like that and to move back smoothly. So I'm going to continue doing that. So when you think you just about have it right, you want to pull the canvas away and look at it and make sure it's fairly parallel. If you need to make any kind of adjustment, now would be the time. Then you're going to cover it, and you're going to use this little roller. You're going to go to 45-degree angle, then you're going to straighten it out, and then you have the drinking edge. Okay, again, before you do anything, you want to straighten it out again, because every time you handle it, you're going to change the dimensions. Okay, so now, very important step, you have to take the dimensions that it is right now, and you have to write it down. Okay, so I am 9 7/8, 3 3/4. The reason you're doing that is because you want to make all the cups come after the same size. They have to be the same size at this point, or else they won't be. Okay, the next step is called the Band-Aid maneuver, and you're going to peel your piece up, walk your hands underneath it, support it like that. You use your fingers to curve around the rolling pin, and then it's like a Band-Aid because you're going to bring it right up and immediately bring it down. If you let it hang in the air, you create stress cracks that will show up later and will come all the way down the front of your cup. So now you wet it only the side that's showing, and then making sure your fingers line up over here, and you tuck that in. You're going to roll over that gently, and you're going to continue to roll. Again, you're going to support it. You're not going to hang it in the air. And you're going to see, you're going to make sure that's parallel. And if it is, and this is, then you want to roll it down just a little bit more. And if you wanted to, you could complete a design if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. You hold it with your left hand, you bring out your rolling pin, and you make sure that it's in a cylindrical form. Make sure that's cylindrical form. And then now we're going to make the bottom from a piece that we had left over. The bottom should be the same thickness, so I'm going to move the cup over a second out of view, and I'm going to roll this down just a little bit. Again, I want to make sure it's the same thickness. Then I'm going to take water, because water melts the clay, and so you're going to put water on a surface that you want to adhere to another surface. And when you melt the clay, what you make on top is called slip, and that helps the two pieces to adhere. You're going to put two hands around it. You put it down like that. If your hands fit in, you can put your hand in. What I'm actually doing is only taking both hands like this and going down parallel. Okay, the next step is you're going to hold your fettling knife like you would a pencil. And you're going to come in and trace the bottom. And you can just trace part of it and then pull off the section, and see, you should make a very nice bevel. And then instead of you moving, you're going to move your canvas so that you always stay the same and your hand always stays the same. So you're going to cut the next piece off. Same thing. So you stay relaxed. If you find yourself cutting and your elbow is up, it means that you're doing it wrong, because you should always be cutting towards yourself. You can do it like a sewing machine and use the canvas to move. So then very carefully, using two hands, you're going to pick it up and turn it over. You're going to take the small roller and just roll over the edge. Never roll this way, it will collapse the bottom. Again, two hands, turn it over, and now we're going to pull a handle. Clay that hasn't been recycled or reconditioned, and you use this, which is a clay cutter. So it has a small brown handle, and can you see this? Okay. You're going to put the handle in 45 degrees, and very slowly. You have more success if you move slowly than if you move quickly. And if we're lucky, this will be able to come out. If not, we have to do another technique. And so, I don't know if you can see that. Cut off the extra. You turn it into a C shape, and you want to check the other side and make sure there are no cracks. There will be getting a little bit of stretch marks there, but no cracks. You make it into a C shape, and then you want to make 3 of these for every cup, because they tend to dry out and break and crack and have all kinds of problems. So you want to have extra ones. Now you're ready to wrap them up for the next day, because you can't put the handle on the cup when the cup is soft. So you're going, doesn't have to be on the bottom. You're going to wrap it around like that. And so that's fine, but the handles have to be wrapped separately and like a little pocket. So you're going to make sure that they stay in the shape that you want, because they will dry. If they get crooked now, they will dry crooked. So you want to make sure that they are not getting distorted or tweaked in any way. You wrap them up, and then you have to put the handle on another day. That's another demonstration. Thank you very much.